In here I will be answering progress test 2 questions verbally. So first, could you tell me a little about your hometown? So my hometown is from Surabaya, Jawa Timur. Sorry, Surabaya, East Java. Surabaya is like, some people called it the hero city. Yep, because most of history about heroes from Indonesia, they popularize it by Surabaya. Now tell me about yourself. What are some unique or interesting facts about you that we should know? So, my interesting facts about myself is my MBTI is ENTP slash ESTP. So sometimes I go by intuition, and sometimes I will go by sensing. And then I'm a perfectionist sometimes, but also I could be, just whatever, as long as we got the result. The else is just really doesn't matter to me. And then perhaps that's it. What is my dream job and how do I see myself in 5 years? So my dream job is to be an HR manager in such a big corpo. I hope that I will be that person one day. And in 5 years, actually, that's kind of deep. I'm not sure, but I somehow see myself that I will be working in job position that I'm always been wanting for, and then I don't think I will be able to afford the real myself. Like, I got those salary, like I got those connection, the kind of person that I want to be. And then the more important is I want to repay my parents what they did for me ever since I was a kid. What do I know about being an HR manager? Okay. What are the responsibilities of an HR manager? I do think maintaining a good relationship and perhaps also setting up a good strategy for our employees so that we will have a work results that more efficient and full potential, I would say. What skills must an HR manager have? First, they have to be a critical thinking person, and then they have to be, social butterfly, because that is our field, connecting with people, socializing with people, getting to know people. And then second, know how to manage people, know how to lead people, know how to filterize. Like, we have to know who is the best person that we can take for our company, something like that. If I have the chance to build my career or to build my own company in another country, where would it be? Or what is your dream country where I want to stay and work? I've been always dreaming working in Swiss. Yes, Swiss. Or maybe perhaps New York. I would say Western country. Tell you about my dream country in particular, and what city you want to build your career at. Perhaps building my career, I would say New York, because New York is such a big city. Like, everyone is dying to go in there, and their social life is pretty much what we have been searching for our lives. Yeah. And I would say there's so much opportunities that we could have if we able to work in there. What are some important cultural aspects you need to know if you want to live there or in that country? Perhaps Swiss is more like we have to really have high respect and tolerance, because Swiss really love peace, which is I really love that too. And in New York, we have to be easygoing person. They really love easygoing person, like extrovert. They just live in there. Yeah, but also they are into tipping, like whenever we buy something or we eat in a restaurant, we have to give a tip to them. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, we don't do that. Anything wait, yes. Tell me about the work culture of Swiss people in the workplace. So actually, this is no, actually, I'm more leaning into Swiss rather than New York, because I'm thinking New York as another option, while my wish list is Swiss. So what I know from Swiss is they really respect timing. So in here, we have to work late hour, right? And doesn't really mean those late hours that we worked on, we also get paid on that. No. But in Swiss, they really respect work hours. And they, for them, when the time for them to go home, they really need to go home, because if some of the employees stay at the workplace because they want to work late, it could be taken as a disrespectful for their boss. Yeah. And also, I do think that country is really good for us to work in, because I would say they really manage their staff really well, and high salary, while also high value of living cost. How do I say this? They're very much sustainable. No, they're really much stable in here, in love aspect, social, just everything overall. Anything else I need to know about the work culture of people living in a dream country? Perhaps, yeah. Like, how do we approach our boss, maybe, or our boss's boss, or maybe our CEO even, or our director. While also in New York, I'm curious about more like how do we blend in their society, like what is their working dynamic. That is what I need to know. And how do we bring ourselves in the environment. And then the last one, how do those cultural practices differ or similar from the work culture of Indonesian people? Most of them are different. Like, it's very much 180-degree different from Indonesia. Meanwhile, Indonesia is very much formal, yet not really so. But then we really, not, some of people really love patriarchy, which is, no, not patriarchy, hierarchy, which is that, I don't think that really suitable for me. Meanwhile, in the Western side, they really more respect the people who have a skill in that field, like in that particular field, rather than their position, something like that. And then about the salary, the fees, the work hour. While in Indonesia, we often have to work late hour just because our boss need our result tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, in Western side, they just be like, oh, that's okay. They just relax and we can do it later in the next day. And we get paid per hour, not per month, which is that is amazing. That's what I want. And yep, that's it for me.